Who doesn't love a big breakfast? Who doesn't love a big, bad breakfast? If you haven't been there yet, you certainly need to. The folks in South Pittsburgh got a big, bad breakfast a few months ago, and now we have one right here in Chattanooga. Chef Joseph Black joining us to talk all about big, bad breakfast. Jeff, good to see you.
Good to see you, Chip.
Sort of a new concept here that owner John Currents has gotten underway. Tell me why breakfast as opposed to more of a lunch and evening meal sort of thing.
Well, John had figured that breakfast had been the forgotten meal, so he wanted to bring some of his chef items to the breakfast table a little more, and he pulled it into brunch. He's New Orleans, Mississippi based, and so he brought some of his creativity from his other restaurants into the breakfast realm.
And he's not just a cook, not just a chef, he is a James Beard Award winner.
Yes.
How big of an award is that in the food business?
Well, there's only a few every year. So he was won Chef of the Year a couple of times from 2006 all the way up to 2012, I think was the years to span it.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty big honor. It's one of the, for us chefs, it's actually the biggest honor.
Sure.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a very successful big bad breakfast chain he's got. I think there are 21 locations, the most recent one right here in Chattanooga. Tell me what you got. This looks awfully appetizing here.
Well, we have our Creole omelet, and it has andouille sausage, which we make ourselves. We have a commissary in Eva, Alabama. It does all of our sausages, breakfast bacons, and all the things like that, and they ship it to us. Yeah, it's really great. It has shrimp, red onions, and we make our in-house tomato gravy.
In-house tomato gravy.
Yes.
You do a lot of things in-house, including jams, jellies, all sorts of things like that.
Pretty much everything in-house.
All right.
Pretty much.
Can't beat that. What do you serve that with?
Well, we do a side of tossed greens. It's what it comes with on the menu, but you can have any of our great side items.
What kind of greens?
They are artesian lettuces. They're a different mix of different romaines, artesian lettuce, frisee, and we do an in-house sherry vinaigrette. We get a little salt and pepper, sherry vinaigrette.
Now, I can smell that sherry vinaigrette, and I don't have the best smeller in the world. That stuff smells tantalizing.
Oh, it's very good, very good. Like we use fresh thyme. We have a sherry vinegar shipped in.
Wow.
Apple cider vinegar and a few other ingredients.
That looks like a big, bad breakfast. And I see you've got some, grits over here?
Yeah, we have local grits. They're made here in Tennessee. We have them shipped to us as well. And we do a little bit of Tabasco. John is low country, so we have a little bit of Tabasco in most everything.
No doubt.
And there's a little bit of cheese in there as well.
All right, next down you've got what look to be just a couple of pancakes, but knowing you and knowing Big Bad Breakfast, they're anything but.
Yeah, our flapjacks are one of our most popular items. We do make our own in-house batter, and we whip our own butter. The only thing we don't make is the syrup, but we do add a little bit of molasses to our syrup base, so it's a little different. Just gives it a little body. Yeah, you know, some syrup can be a little light. This molasses adds a little bit of body to it.
How do you cook that?
We do it on a flat top. We have a flat griddle, and we cook all of our pancakes separately from everything else, and so all of our pancakes have their own home there at the restaurant.
Now, me, when I'm having pancakes or flapjacks, I gotta have bacon. Tell me about your bacon.
Well, we have two different kinds. We have a mild bacon and a spicy bacon, and the Tabasco company actually, one of the owners is friends with John.
Right.
And so they have this mash they had left over for years and years and years after they made the pepper sauce. So John had taken the mash and cured our bacon in it. So it's very unique and very different. So it's cured in Tabasco mash.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in the interest of full disclosure, I've had that spicy bacon. It is spicy, but the spice doesn't overwhelm.
Yes, it's a great bacon, and it's a thick cut bacon, so you get plenty of pork flavor along with the spice.
All right, and if you're curious about some of the recipes at Big Bad Breakfast, you have these cookbooks that John Currents himself has done. And he has personally endorsed every recipe in here.
Yes, there are a lot of those old family recipes and some that he's created on his own, but he likes to bring the Old South into the kitchen. I
was reading this cookbook before we went on the air, and here's a guy who gives an endorsement of this, not just a blurb on the back of it, Emeril Lagasse. How do you get Emeril Lagasse to endorse your food?
Well, I have a feeling that Emeril's probably eaten in a few of John's restaurants since they're located in generally the same vicinity.
All right, now they call it Big Bad Breakfast for a reason. All you do is breakfast, and you do it through the lunch hour.
Through the lunch hour. 2:30, we ended up at 2:30. We start at 7 every morning and end at 2:30, just so we can focus on the one meal of the day.
Right.
So we do bring a few brunch items and a few lunch items into the mix, but it's largely breakfast.
I see you've also brought along a cocktail of sorts here. What is this?
This is our Bloody Mary, and we make it in-house, and being a John recipe. It's a little spicy.
A little spicy.
So
Sure.
we can dial that back a little bit if you ask your staff before you order.
Do y'all have a full bar?
Full bar.
Full bar,
Full
so
bar.
it's available for breakfast, it's available for lunch. Do you do anything different on Sunday?
We do not do anything different as of yet on Sunday. We're working on some specials. We've been open right at 2 months.
Right.
And so we also work with corporate, so we have to involve them in our decisions on doing those
Yeah, I
things.
get
so
all that.
that's a lot of fun, but we are working on some specialties.
I want to read you just a few of the items here on their menu. The Redneck Benny, which is a take of...
It's an Eggs Benedict, but
Right.
it's on a biscuit. We
Yeah.
do our handmade biscuits, and and sausage gravy, and we call
Wow.
it city ham, which is basically your deli style ham, pit ham.
They also have the Jack Benny. They have huevos rancheros grits bowl, shrimp or oyster po' boy, and you better make sure and get there early if you want one of these because they are delicious and you sell out quick.
Yes.
And you need another bee up here because your biscuits are just like to die for. Chef
They are
Joseph
great.
Black, good to see you
Thank
as
you.
always. Hope you'll come back and join
For
us
sure.
here over the coming weeks. Join them for a Big Bad Breakfast. They're on Manufacturers Road, right in the Whole Foods complex. Check them out, bigbadbreakfast.com, bigbadbreakfast.com.